In my last video, I broke down exactly how your stolen data gets sold on the dark web. And if you haven't seen that one yet, I'll link it at the end and in the description because it sets up everything we're going to talk about today perfectly. At the end of that video, I gave you 5 ways to protect yourself, but I kept it pretty brief. Today we're going to go into each one of those tips and actually dive deep, because knowing what to do is one thing, but knowing how and why to do it is actually what keeps you safe. So let's get into it. Welcome back to Cyber Declassified. I'm Nolan. If you're new here, this channel is all about making cybersecurity practical and understandable for everybody. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the series. Tip number 1, use a password manager and unique passwords for every single account. This is the single most impactful thing you can do for your online security, and most people still aren't doing it. Here's the problem. The average person has somewhere between 70 to 100 online accounts. Nobody can really remember 100 unique, strong passwords. So what do people do? They reuse the same 1 or 2 passwords for everything, and that is exactly what hackers count on. When a data breach happens, say a gaming website gets hacked, attackers get your email and password for that site. If that's the same password you use for your email, your bank, your Amazon account, they now have access to all of it. This attack is called credential stuffing, and it's one of the most common ways people get compromised. A password manager solves this completely. Apps like Bitwarden, which is free, or 1Password and LastPass, if you want premium features, store all your passwords in an encrypted vault. You only have to remember one strong master password. The app generates long, random, unique passwords for every site and fills them in automatically. You never have to think about it again. If you take nothing else from this video, start using a password manager. It really is a game changer. Tip number 2, enable multi-factor authentication on everything that offers it. A password alone is not enough anymore. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, adds a second layer of verification on top of your password. Even if an attacker has your correct username and password, they can't get into your account without that second factor. There are a bunch of different types of MFA. Text message codes are one of the most common. You log in, a 6 or 8-digit code is sent to your phone. This is better than nothing, but it's actually the weakest form of MFA because attackers can intercept that text message through what is called a SIM swap attack, where they convince your carrier to transfer your number to their device. A much stronger option is something like an authenticator app like Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, or Authy. These generate a time-sensitive code directly on your device without going through your carrier. Even stronger than that is a physical security key called a YubiKey, which you plug into your computer or tap to your phone to verify your identity, and that one's nearly impossible to bypass. The priority order is security key is best. In an authenticator app, it's great, and then SMS is acceptable. Whatever level you can get to, enable it, especially on your email, your bank, and anywhere else you store sensitive information. Your email in particular is critical because it is the master key to resetting every other account you have. Tip number 3, monitor your accounts and freeze your credit. A lot of data theft goes undetected for months or even years. By the time someone notices their identity has been completely compromised, the damage is already done. So instead of reacting, you want to be proactive. The first tool you should use right now is Have I Been Pwned at haveibeenpwned.com. It's completely free. You type in your email address and it tells you every known data breach that your email has appeared in. You might be surprised, or honestly, you might be alarmed by what comes up. If your credential shows up in a breach, change that password immediately everywhere you have used it. Beyond that, monitor your bank account and credit card statements regularly. Set up transaction alerts so you get a notification every time a charge is made on your card. Most banks offer this for free, and it takes about a minute to set up. The most powerful thing you can do right now is freeze your credit score. A credit freeze locks your credit file at all the 3 major bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, so that nobody can open a new line of credit in your name, even if they have your social security number. It's completely free, it doesn't affect your credit score, and you can temporarily lift it anytime you need to apply for something. Go to each bureau's website. You can freeze it directly on there. This is one step, eliminates one of the biggest risks to identity theft. Tip number 4, learn how to spot phishing attacks. Phishing is responsible for a huge percentage of the data breaches and account takeovers, and attackers are getting better at it every day. Gone are the days of obvious misspellings or emails from a Nigerian prince. Modern phishing emails can look identical to legitimate communications from your bank, your employer, or a service like PayPal, Amazon, Microsoft, or Netflix. Here's what to look for. First, check that the sender's actual email address, not just a display name. An email might say it's from Apple support, but the actual address could say something like support@apple_security1.net, and that's not Apple. Second, Hover over any links before you click them and look at where they are actually taking you. The link might say paypal.com, but it could redirect somewhere completely different. And third, be suspicious of any email that creates urgency. Your account will be suspended in 24 hours, unauthorized login detected, verify your information immediately. Urgency is a manipulation tactic designed to make you act before you think about it. When in doubt, never click the link in the email. Instead, open your browser tab and go directly to the website by typing in the address yourself. If there's really an issue with your account, it will show up when you log in. Also, watch out for smishing. This phishing over text messaging. And vishing, which is voice phishing over phone. Attackers will call pretending to be your bank or even the IRS. Remember that legitimate organizations will never ask for your password, your full social security number, or a payment and gift cards over the phone. Tip number 5, keep all your devices and software updated. I know it's not enjoyable to sit there and wait for your iPhone to update, and those notifications can get annoying, but this is not one to ignore. A massive number of real-world cyber attacks exploit vulnerabilities in outdated software, vulnerabilities that are already known, already patched by the developer. When you skip these updates, you're essentially leaving a door unlocked that the developer already handed you the key to close. This applies to everything: your phone, your laptop, your browser, your apps, and even your home router. Routers in particular are notorious for being forgotten. Most people set up their router once and never update the firmware again. Attackers actively scan for outdated routers to use as entry points into home networks. Turn on automatic updates wherever you can. For your router, log into your router's admin panel, usually at 192.168.1.1 or something similar, and check if there's a firmware update option. While you're in there, make sure the Wi-Fi password is strong and that you've changed the default admin credentials, because those defaults are publicly known and are one of the first thing attackers try. So let's recap the 5 tips real quick. Use a password manager with unique passwords for every account. Enable multi-factor authentication, especially on your email and financial accounts. Monitor your accounts, check have I been pwned, and freeze your credit score at all the bureaus. Learn to spot phishing attempts and never click on links that look suspicious. And keep every device and every app updated. None of these require a technical background. They're all things you can start doing today. And together, they dramatically reduce your chances of becoming a victim. If you haven't watched the first video in this series on how stolen data gets sold on the dark web, I'll link it right here. It gives you a lot of context for why these steps actually matter. Like this video if it was helpful, and drop a comment letting me know which of these 5 steps you've actually implemented. I'll see you in the next one.